Here's how to save a Google Sheet. And now saving Google Sheets right off the bat is actually done automatically. But I'm going to share with you in this video a few ways to back up your sheets, download your sheets, and do interesting things around saving sheets. But first, I want to share with you where you actually can see if you are saving your Google Sheet. So if I make a change, if I change this cost formula, let's say to 1,000 here, you'll see up at the top, it'll say Save to Drive. And this cloud button with a little check box, a little check mark in it, you can click it and see the document status and see that all changes save to drive. And you can also see this document is not ready for offline use, which is very interesting because I think offline use is good, but I don't actually use it on this account. I have another account that I use offline editing on. So I actually think offline editing is very good. It saves it locally, and then it'll update those changes once you're actually connected to the internet. You can turn it on for a single Google account. So I have multiple Google accounts. I think for your Chrome account that you're logged in, it has to be the same one, or you can only have one account that actually is offline use because it's saving on your local drive. But that's really helpful to see the document status right here. I can make another change, and you can see it saving. And if I turn off the Wi-Fi, or the internet access, you can see to edit offline, I need to turn on offline sync. And up here, it has a little cloud and it has an X through it. It says trying to connect. So if I make a change, or I try to attempt to make a change, I can't even because I don't have offline sync on. Turning my Wi-Fi back on, and you'll see all of these disappear once we have connected to the internet. And you can see Save to Drive again at the top, and a check mark inside of that little cloud. And now I can edit, and it says saving again. So I wanted to share with you a couple of ways to save Google Sheets in different ways. One as a backup and one as a download. To download, you just go to File, Download, and you have a lot of options. You can download it as an Excel document, Open document. I used OpenOffice for a long time, 10 plus years ago, 15 years ago. PDF, it'll be saved as a printable object. Web page, you can save the whole thing as HTML. CSV, if you just care about the data, or tab separated values, same idea. Just the data alone is saved in columns and rows. Very, very helpful to move information. You can download any of these. You can also take the URL and go to bettersheets.co/download. Here, you can paste in your URL, and it'll generate a bunch of URLs that will immediately do this thing. So like if you want to download CSV, this link that it created, it'll download that sheet as a CSV immediately or a PDF. There's more options when you want to do a PDF. Here at bettersheets.co/PDF, you can enter your URL and check off a bunch of different options. And here you can get a URL for that PDF with all of those options. It's really, really cool to be able to email someone this very specific PDF without actually downloading the PDF and sending to them. You save a lot of space in your drive, in your computer. You don't actually have to download the PDF yourself and send it. You can have them download it immediately if they have view access to your sheet. I want to share with you one other thing, which is making a backup. You can go to File, Make a Copy. And what this does, we're going to make it a copy, and we're going to call it backup. Backup, and then the name. We're going to say make a copy. And why I put backup is because from this moment on, this sheet has no history that this sheet, the original sheet, has. It has been created essentially as this. And so there's two things you can do here. One, you can continue with the original copy, especially if you have collaborators and you're working on this with a lot of other people. You can continue working on this and it's fine. But you have sort of a moment in time, this is what the sheet was like. And the other option is that you can continue using the new copy as the one you're editing. And the old copy has all of the history. If we go up to version history, we can see all of the versions here, different versions, all of the edits. But in our backup, let's go to our version history. There's only one version, this version. So I actually sometimes, in some cases, like to make a copy, use the new copy as the one I'm editing, and the old one as the backup. Because then from the old one, that's not going to change anymore, and it has all the history, and I can always make another copy. The new one I can continue working on, and it's sort of like a little branch of history is going off in one direction. I can go back to that original spot and say, okay, I want to branch off in a different direction. Just an idea to give you those options. We can also do this automatically, meaning make a copy continuously into a Google Drive. I'm going to call this backup function, backup. Getting the whole spreadsheet file, spreadsheet app, .get active spreadsheet. So it's going to make a copy. We're going to name it backup. But we're going to add hyphen and new date. This is a time code string or a timestamp. I'm going to click run, show you exactly what this one line of code does. You have to review permissions. And so I'm going to open this file. You can see that it is a backup file, and it says Friday, April 17th. This is the timestamp, and it's just right here in my Google Drive. If I want to put it in a specific folder, I can do file, const file, I can do drive app. I'm going to create a folder called backup file. Make sure it's only one, and you're going to do drive app.get folders by name .next, and this is going to be your folder. I'm going to do folder.add. Actually, the add file is deprecated, so we're going to have to do drive app.get file by ID file dot get ID, move to folder. So now when I click run again, it's going to create a brand new file. So this file still exists, but it's going to be named something different because it has a different time. So I'm going to hit run. I'm going to need to review permissions again because I'm using drive app now. And if I go to the folder of backup file, there it is. This is a brand new one, different time, same day, different time. And I can keep running this as much as I want because it's going to create a brand new file every single time, put it into this drive, essentially marking moments in time when this file has been updated or anything. What I like to do when I automate this backup is to go over to triggers, go to the bottom right, blue button says add trigger, choose which function to run. If you have other functions here, you're going to select it from this dropdown. In this file, we have only one. And event source is not from the spreadsheet itself, but actually time driven. And that time is going to be, let's say, every month. So 12 times a year on the 1st of the month, or maybe the 31st of the month. After everyone's gone, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. At the very last moments of the month, as it clicks on through, we're going to hit save. And we're going to create a trigger that every single month, again, 12 times a year, this file will be backed up, quote unquote backed up. What it's really doing is making a copy of your file. If you ever want to delete this or stop it, you can come back to extensions, app script, go over to triggers, and over on the far right, there's 3 buttons that say more options, and you can delete this trigger. You can say delete forever if you ever want to stop that. I think this is a great way of saving your Google Sheets. I've done this in the past for a lot of files where lots of people are editing it, and you may want to increase the save time around something around every week or every couple of days or every Monday and Friday, for example, to have different save points. But you also do have, and I might have shown it to you, but I didn't mention it, you also have version history of every single sheet that you can go back to. You can go back to certain versions. And here on the right, you can actually name these. So after the day is done, at the end of the day, you're like, we did a bunch of cool stuff in the sheet, but I want to save this moment in time. Go to the top here and rename this from April 17th. We can say cool save point. And now, from now on, if I make more changes, I can go back to that point in time. Let me make some changes, like if I delete some of these things, go back to our version history, and see that cool save point is with our data. Can show unmodified rows. There's our data. Hey, we deleted stuff after that. But here at this cool save point, we have it. Yay! We can restore this version. Restore. Yes. We have saved the data by knowing that there's a version history and by naming a version history. So I showed you a bunch of really cool ways to save your Google Sheets, backup files, make a copy, switch to new copies, version history, downloads, lots of cool ways, and also showed you that it's automatically saving every single time. Every single edit, Google is saving this in their large files, large data centers. Really, really cool. Thanks for watching this video.
You're watching Better Sheets here on YouTube. Make sure you check out this video or this video and subscribe right now to get more tips, tricks, how-tos, get more out of your Google Sheets than you ever have before. I'm excited to be making a ton more videos here. Ask me questions down in the comments and I will answer them in future videos. But for right now, right here, one of these videos is going to be your next Google Sheet.